Shortly after a recent campaign rally in the capital city of Patna in the East India state of Bihar, half a dozen or so small bombs detonated, injuring 12 to 80 people and killing 6 others. Hundreds of thousands had gathered to hear a speech by Narendra Modi of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Modi is running for the Hindu nationalist BJP to replace the sitting Prime Minister Manmohan Singh of the Congress Party. So far, suspicion is focused on an Islamist militant group known as the Indian Mujahideen. Police quickly arrested 2 suspects, one of whom identified Indian Mujahideen leader Tahsin Akhtar as the mastermind of the plot. Islamic militants oppose Modi as they hold him responsible for violence and riots against Muslims during his tenure as Chief Minister of Gujarat State a decade ago. During these riots, over 1,000 Muslims were killed. Reuters reporter Edmund Blair, writing for a blog for the news agency's Faith World division, recently reported on one issue of contention which was discussed at the recent GAFCON, the Global Anglican Future Conference. According to Blair, GAFCON has only convened twice, the first time being in 2008, when traditionalist bishops in the Anglican Communion refused to attend the 2008 Lambeth Conference, an assembly which convenes every 10 years. Their position was due to the fact that the sitting Archbishop of Canterbury at the time, Rowan Williams, had invited US Episcopal bishops who had in 2003 ordained an openly gay man named Gene Robinson. The topic of ordaining gay clergy was again a hot point at the recent GAFCON, according to Blair, with many worrying openly that there will soon be pressure put on other member churches to follow the North American Church's lead in treating people equally, or, as General Secretary of the conference Peter Jensen reportedly referred to the tradition of shunning gays, biblical standards. Jensen also opined that the rift between the various churches under the Anglican umbrella might widen, saying, "It will if the moves by the American Anglicans are transmitted to England, New Zealand, Australia, which is the next port of call." The recent suicide bus bombing in Volgograd that killed 6 people has sparked a harsh response from Russian President Vladimir Putin. He said that certain forces from outside his country are using radical Islam as a tool to weaken Russia. Putin was quoted as saying that some political forces use Islam, the radical currents within it, to weaken our state and create conflicts on Russian soil that can be managed from abroad. Tensions between the West and the Islamic world are rising today, and someone is trying to gamble on that by pouring fuel on the fire. The Russian president was not specific on which countries are supposedly driving the movement to destabilize the region. In times past, Putin has referred to numerous other countries, including the United States, of interfering in Russian affairs. In a meeting with Muslim clerics in the south of Russia, Putin asked that they help immigrant Muslims adapt to Russian life. He said that they need to hear your voice, otherwise they become objects of propaganda by various fundamentalist groups. Russia's Muslims represent roughly 15% of the total population, and their number is expected to grow. Russians believe that such statistics indicate that the number of violent acts is likely to grow. With the 2014 Winter Olympics right around the corner and the World Cup finals scheduled for 2018, Putin is taking things very seriously, which is why he has called for greater security in Volgograd, where the football championship will take place.